Guys, we can still see her lips moving. That doesn't work. You can't, like, you have to quiet on set. Happy Monday, y'all. What's the good word? Oh, we're standing up. Oh my, I'm gonna fix that a little. Messing around here on a Monday. Gonna chill for a little bit, but then we're gonna do a project. There he is. Marco and Donnie, were you guys just sitting there just waiting? I hope not. Shit. I need to fix that Band-Aid. Yeah, what's good? It's Monday. Here we are. I'm gonna probably dye something today. I need to run to the store, or actually I need to dig around, and I broke a blade on my saw, which is fine. I have like 5 or 6 more. I just don't know where the hell that bag of them is. And then I need to get some new paper for my belt sander. What's up, Fred? Just happened to pick up my phone. Been waiting all day, Dan. What's up, Clint? Fred, how you guys doing? I need to freshen up this. Give me one sec. Actually got myself pretty good on the live the other day. I dropped the tri-stash down. It caught my finger as it was dropping. It's fine, but the cut is decent. Decent enough that without a Band-Aid on it, it wants to open back up. And now I am losing to said Band-Aids. I timed that right. What's up, Grateful? The Grateful Dong. How you doing? I'm fixing my tri-stash injury here. As I was saying, it is a good enough angled cut that I basically, I don't know if I would have needed a stitch or two. It's possible. It wasn't really deep, but it's kind of like an angular flappage. And so that flap is not wanting to stick down super well, but a lightly adhered Band-Aid. Ooh. It's getting tickled on the back there. What are you up to today, Grateful? Oh, is that Kathleen? How you doing, Kathleen? What are you up to on this fine day, or what's the weather like where you are or where anyone is right now? It's cooling off here in Minnesota, but it's pretty nice out. Whoa, let me get rid of that. Super glue for the win. Yeah, I've used super glue a ton. This one in the case, it's kind of an angle like that where I could have probably put a drop of glue on it, but it's kind of a good enough angle that what's up, Matt? How you doing today, Matt? And the Vanderflip in the house. Neil McKenzie, rain in the desert. What up? 15 seconds short on a Kaiser Kabox. Wait. You were 15 seconds short on it? 1,015 views with only 1 comment. And you lost? Custom fix you got shipped today from, which one was that one from again, Grateful? What's up, Palm? How are you today? Here we are, chilling. What's new? Nothing's really new. What was the newest? One of the newest ones was this right here, the Skelfin. Ooh, my index finger. See, it works fine. Just got to push. Made it 15 seconds short on Kabox. One that you won from me. And it has 1 comment and 1,000 views. Well, it's got 1,000 views. Most of my shorts could literally be 100 to a few hundred views. Some of them hit 1,000, and then some of them go nuts. And some of them are really good, and they don't do anything. Driving now, weather so sucks. Voice to text. Neil, what's your custom fixie? Under the bridge. Wait, what? That's the name of your fixie? Under the bridge? Huh? Say the who now? There it is. Oh, hello there. Can't drop it on my hand right now. What's up, brand new American? Jerry Hossam Damascus Sonoran dog tag. Make sure you send me pics when you get it. That sounds pretty awesome. Giovanni, what's up? I'm just sitting there with my mouth open, playing with knives. Is my mouth open? At the moment, we're just playing with knives, but we're just kind of chilling, and we are going to do a custom. We're going to probably do a die project today. I don't feel like getting out the stuff to do an acid etch or anything like that. And I'm not ready on the anno station either, but we could die something. I have a few knives for some projects, and that's the plan. Neil, back to work. Under the Bridge Customs. Have I seen a picture of that, Grateful? I feel like we've talked about it, but I don't recall. Loving the Tri-Stash V2 with my custom stash. Yes, I have. Of course I have. So many knives, so little time. I kind of I got a email today from NAFs. I've actually backed a couple of their Kickstarters in the past, and I am currently backing 2 that are in process. One of them is the Lander 5. Those are actually going to be shipping in the next couple of weeks. So I got an update email from that. But then I also backed the OTF, which is that what it's called? Oh, wait, OCT, my bad. The Old College Try. And that one was approved as well, but we're not going to probably get those until February or March. But I got the email saying that the Lander 5s are pretty much complete and on their way. Then they're going to pack them up and ship them out. So it made me start thinking about knives that I have on pre-order, and I have those. The 2. I got 2 Lander 5s. I've got the Old College Try. That's another one from NAFs. I pre-ordered the AZ USA Eldorado. Of course, I pre-ordered this new Spyderco. What was that, Kenman? Ordered a Spyderco? Pre-ordered? What? I sure did. Henry G, Thomas C, Ariel, or Errol? What's up, nobody? Talking knives. How many do I have on order? I have the Sparrow Strix on order, which won't be here till December. I have something else that I pre-ordered. Can't remember. What was the Spyderco? Weird, right? Actually saw it on Tri-States Live. Don't tell me it's the double-bladed Spyderco. I wish, Palm. I should order that one. No, it's one of their new. Actually, did you say they have a few new things? They have some button locks. They have a few liner locks. What the heck, Kevin? How's it going, Kevin? Good to see you, Kev. I guess it's a redesign of an older model Spyderco that is a liner lock that also has like a rear flipper nub. I should have invested the money I spent on those knives. Well, the one and only Nicole. Maybe I have making enough to invest and still purchase some knives. I mean, Strix, Jason's behind. Oh my goodness. What's up, Ben? The Strix Fred. I know, December. I got the lefty micro mill titanium. Super excited about that one. I'm gonna have to look it up though now. I can't remember what the name of that Spyderco is. What's my favorite type of lock? Ooh, Advanced Knife Bro Stumpfish. That looks cool. When is the straight? Yeah, we haven't heard anything, Kevin. When we did the pre-order, they said it was basically 6 months, and their timelines are very consistent. So 6 months from that day puts us like the second week of December. So yes. BLM, I lived in California for 10 years. I am currently in Minnesota. All right, so let me scroll down here quick. I'm bringing it up. There are some Spyderco button-up button locks, lefty button locks coming out soon. The Spyderco Mantra 4 liner lock. That's what's they're new. They're coming out. They're pre-orders right now on Blade HQ. So what is my favorite lock? That's a tough one. I would almost say right now I kind of am preferring like just a nice bolster lock. Bolster locks are just no nonsense. They're strong. They work. Wow, I can't open. This is a lefty Devo Stout V2. Van X on the blade and titanium on the bolster, and then the lock is just up on that bolster. Giving myself some more, and it is bright. I'm definitely digging those. I have quite a few. This is a nice lefty version, but this is a very similar. This is the Gecko Customs Pictus, where it just has that little liner lock, but it's only exposed up by the bolster area there. Yeah. Seen a lot of videos on this one. People are definitely liking it. I got these right when they came out, or right when they were available at Blade Show Atlanta. Gecko Customs Pictus. Love it. Love it. Definitely one of my favorite. Is that little inset liner lock. Tall boy. Yes. Like the tall boy. I like that one quite a bit as well. Even though I am a lefty and this is a righty one, I don't have problems with that. It works for me just fine. They feel good. Lovely sound on which one? Boom. I won a bonus JB frame lock from Knife Junkie podcast. Awesome, dude. You're making some wins. The smaller Premium Pony Stout kind of has just that right there. The one before this one, boom, Gecko Pictus. Love the Pictus. Really, really nice knife. I could do this all day. Ooh. The lefty and righty combo. Oh, that's telling me that's not a great. We got our Pictuses at the same time, Fred. Dude, that was, I felt good because Fred knows his knives. He buys good knives. Right when I saw him day one, early in the day at Blade Show Atlanta, he was like, ooh, check out this is the Pictus. And I'm like, oh, I already got one of those. So I knew for a fact, I was like, well, I knew when I picked it up. Laid off, Pete recommended it originally. I did some research, was pretty excited about the design and style, so I went right over there first thing. This was my first purchase in Atlanta. Real nice company and awesome knife. Honored to be able to win. Right, Greg? Sometimes that's the way to get some of those knives. That was your first purchase from Blade Show as well, Grateful? Great minds. Great minds think alike. I didn't buy anything Devo at the show, but I am definitely loving Devo. These two is probably one of my favorite pairs. I am carrying another pair today. Look at that pair. Little Milita and Mini Milita from Kaiser. Nice little mix, ba-boom. Pretty happy with that combo. Any Petrified Fish in my collection? I have a few. Gonna need that S90V Bodacious. Sounds good. I got the Petrified Fish. I don't think this one has a name. I think this is just like the 838 stonewashed finish. And I have a Bunta, Petrified Fish Bunta with G10. Current top 5. Let me go through my Petrified Fish real quick. Here is the Victor. I like the Victor. It sucks though that the hole is only on one side, so you can thumb out with the left. You can flick out with the right, but you can't do both because it doesn't go all the way through. Victor is a cool looking knife though. My favorite Petrified Fish is the Beluga. Beluga is a beast. What's up, Chef Rocky? Redline. Does the little fin on the bolt create a hot spot when you bear down? Hold on a sec. Hold on a sec, Redline. They are good value, Palm. I really like the Petrified Fish. I mean, I got several. They are fun. They are good looking. I love this Beluga. It's just an absolute beast. And it's got that micarta on there. Good stuff. So asking about laying on the bolt. How you doing, Chef Rocky? So, all right. So we have the regular grip of the bolt. And it's up there. And it's completely out of the way of my hand. I'm not even near it. If I get in the choke up spot and get up here and squeeze, it still doesn't sit in, it's like right.
Rui P. Nunes Jr. subscribed to the channel.
Thank you for subscribing, Rui. So it's right there. So when I'm way up here and I'm squeezing as hard as I can, it's kind of in a spot where it doesn't, you're not getting pressure against that. But it's great because you have the regular lock, the crossbar, thumb studs. And you can do that recoil lock on the back. Solid stuff. This is a bug out killer all day long. Oh, hands are sore. I'm doing a bunch of stuff today and got a little warm them up, Chris. About to. I swear that ice cream shop somewhere by the house in the weather. Might as well get one anyway. Diaper sniper. Waiting on a Berg's blade, mini slim, full titanium. That sounds fun, Grateful. Who wants to buy bug outs anymore? There are still people, and that's fine. If that's what works for you, you like it, great. Great. I'm not going to deny anyone. I'm going to knock all my knives over here and start making a mess. It's these ones that have flipper tabs. You have to put them the right way or they'll just tip right off of the shelf. Is this a wooden knife? It is. Tree Mascus right there, 100% wood on wood action. Little experiment. Brother-in-law made this for me, proof of concept. We're starting to get into making some handles, and I'm starting to look into ordering some material, or a machine, and maybe doing some stock removal. Paul Mites. What's up, Paul? Paul, the edit that I pulled your head off with the hair and then the beard at the same time. You're so cute. What a good looking guy. Fun stuff. How's it going, Xavier? Bobrick? Hello, sharp people. 100% legit wood on wood right there. Right there. How much money did I spend on my knife collection? I don't know, Askar. It's a question you don't like to think about. Yes. I know some people have a collection where they have probably significantly less knives than I do. I mean, I got lots of shelves, you know. I bet you there's people that have less than half the knives I do, but their collection could cost twice as much as mine does. There are some incredible knives out there that you can get for $30, $40. I have a lot of those. There's some awesome knives out there that will cost you hundreds to thousands. I do not have a lot of those. Not that I don't want them, but sometimes you can see a lot of knives, but then when you start to really break it down, of course, once I start moving this thing, I'm balanced on a chair, and we're screwed. I could say a lot of them are between $40 and $80, but then when you start adding up the numbers, that number goes up pretty quick, even with the lighter cost. Do I have a Chris Reeve? I don't. I have a Chris Reeve. Actually, I don't even have that. I had one on loan that I was reviewing. I mean, I can grab one knife from Kevin Smith and Knives right now that will just up the price of the table. This is probably more. Well, if I took this off the table, this is more than everything else on the table combined. Finch. Money is made to be spent, preferably on knives. This is Kevin Smith and Knives, CKF Rotten Evo 3.0. This is my favorite knife. I do not own this. I gotta send it back to Kevin. Look at that mirror edge. Whoa. Thing is sick. Action is awesome. Feels incredible in the hand. Look at that pocket clip on the back. Bam. Sick. Finch Knives, Thomas. I had a ZT. We used that for a giveaway. It was donated. This is my Finch. This is the Finch Nocturnal. This does glow in the dark. Do I buy originals or replicas? I don't really buy replicas or clones. If it's something that exists and I can afford it, then I would buy that. I don't really buy clones of knives that are currently in production. I kind of feel like that's taking away from the person who actually designed it. I don't judge if people do. I have some, like this is kind of a clone of a design. But here's my spiel on this one. This is very similar to a knife that was designed by a guy who only made a few of them and sold them for a couple $1,000s a piece. Guy is currently not making them. They are not available. You cannot have him make one of these and buy it for a couple $1,000s. But there is a company that is making these for about 40 bucks. Not quite exactly the same design, but almost, and obviously nowhere near the quality. So in a way, you can't buy that $2,000 one anymore. It is not available, but you can buy this. It's ugly, right? Definitely ugly. Pretty fun stuff. Okay, top 5 knives is what it was. How much for what, Toge? What's my favorite purely ambidextrous blade? The nocturnal handle is slick, but it has kind of a grippy, because it's smooth, but for me, that kind of smooth, it doesn't slide off. It has like this sticky. Does that make sense? I don't really ship people. I don't, I'm not a dealer or a distributor or like a seller. I am a collector and customizer. Customizer? Sure. So I do customizations, and on occasion I do sell those if someone's interested. But I'm not really a company that buys and sells. I collect and have fun with. I do not have the original Spyderco Police. That sounds interesting though. Paul, do you have one of those? Lovely knives, mate. Thank you. I'm kind of a geek. I was enjoying this for a little bit. So someone did ask what my top 5 knives are. All 20 of them. Top 5 knives in no particular order. We have the Concept Goblin XL Titanium. What is this one? S35 VN. I love that knife. Big old pig. We have the Gecko Pictus, the Gecko Customs Pictus S90V micro milled titanium. Absolute love. We have the Devo Stout V2 full lefty version Vanex micro milled titanium and glow camo carbon. Boom. Love it. Paul might know. What's no? What's no? Oh, you don't have that Spyderco. Paul might, yes. Definitely one of my newest favorites, the Orlock, the Horlock, the Concept Orlock, 1931 Leatherworks design from Concept. What is this one? Is this S35 VN? I don't even remember. Let me cheat sheet. S35 VN titanium. Awesome knife. This is probably one of my new absolute favorites. Just a sweet looking beast. What's up, Smucky? The old schmuckaruck. Devo Tallboy. We're doing my top 5. What are we on right now? 7 or 8? Top 5. Devo Tallboy. S90V. Dark matte mode. Carbon fiber. What's up, Chance? Let's see some fixed blades. We'll get to that. We'll get to that. I'm trying to do my top 5, and I have like 6 more. The Kaiser Mini Towser K 154 CM and Frag Titanium. This was my absolute favorite for quite a while. I love it. That Frag Titanium just feels incredible. Demco 80 20.5. Love it. I got the custom titanium scales that I kind of did some battle weathered damage to. Ah, God. Concept Tuckamore. Do I have any rare old Opinels? Your dad has that Spyderco Police. You threw it away when you're younger because you didn't know how to close it. Isn't that something now you wish you probably had it? Concept Tuckamore is awesome. Just a wild, weird shape. Definitely love this one. CJRB Riff. Just a pig. I love it. What's up, Brian Dixon? Fixed blades. We have a custom one-off Sea Fox. Hollow grind, magnet cut, white paper, micarta, and koa wood. Nice one of a kind. Mr. Fox brings his unique creations to Blade Show Texas. Said this one's got that really nice looking magnet cut hollow grind on there. Beautiful custom. I love the white micarta around that koa wood. Just feels great. Absolute beaut right there. All right. We have the Sheriff. This is a Minnesota custom knife maker. Mr. Sheriff himself. 154 cm razor right there. That was a loud motorcycle. Really good just cutter. Nice little ramp up. The Sheriff. This guy I picked this up at Midwest Knife Makers Guild. He's one of the Midwest local knife makers. Little one-off. He used an extra chunk of 154 and was able to come up with this. He makes other stuff, but this was kind of a unique make that he used with this little end piece with a super long handle. I love it. The Sheriff is super rad. Probably my favorite fixed blade. Captain Ricky and Auxiliary Manufacturing custom Captain's Bowie. AEBL, Ironwood, Rich Light, 1 of 11. And this is number 1. This was the second knife I went and picked up in Atlanta. Picked up this and the Pictus. They were both right next to each other, basically. I do not have any Bastinelli. I mean, technically, this counts. This is a combo. This is a Fox Bastinelli Drago friction folder. So it says Fox Bastinelli on that blade. Just a little friction folder. Actually got a really good deal on this little bad boy. I found it. I was like, this is just a silly little knife, and I'm a collector. Do I have any Russian knives? That would be my one and only Bastinelli. Check this out. The dagger. I like the clip on here. The screaming skeleton. Pretty fun. Looks like it's a dual edge, but it's actually a single. Oh my God. All right, let me catch up. Cliff, what's going on? A sheath made from a World War II bomber. That's fun. One from the Czech Republic and one from Russia. What? Where is this one from? Is this one from Czech? The fish knife? I can't remember now. I want to say that's where this is from. Russian design. Oh, yeah. Gonna go with a no. Gonna go ahead and say negative. Pretty sure that little fish knife, that one was one that Tri-State had recommended once upon a time. What's up, Braxton? Spartan blades. I don't. Trying to think of seeing some Spartan blades at a show or. I have a Whisker Forge custom fork, right? And for 51 people in here, that's not a knife. That's a knife, right? There you go. This is my dinner set. If I'm going to be eating dinner, just it's got a forward, choil. If you need to get up in there for that tight work. That's not a fork, that's a threck. Dude, the trident tip. We designed this on a live stream. Brian was on the live from Whisker Forge, and he was like, how many tongs do we want? We were like, should we do 2 or 3 or 4? And we ended up voting on 3. I think he did such a good job. They're so evenly done. When you look at it straight across, they're like literally right in line with each other. It's kind of hard to tell, but they split apart correct. They're the same width apart. They don't move. They sit in their spot. They fork really well. That's a spaghetti fork. Make a video of myself shaving my neck with that giant Bowie knife. Does it look like I shaved my neck? I mean, sure. Let's do it. 67, let's go. I mean, is that what we need? We need big Bowie knives. Here's the Crown Stag Beast. I'm no expert, but that looks like a fork. Sure is. This is a hand forged, one of a kind fork. Neck B. Dude, tell me that's not rad though. One of a kind, Whisker Forge. Brian, my man, made that for me. Crown Stag, look at that. Actual Crown Stag handle on a inexpensive Bowie knife, but it's still fun. And they guarantee these for life, so I could go out and beat the crap out of this. We break it, they'll fix it or send me a new one. Peter Snipper? Yeah, he does snip them. He's good at it. If you press down on the handle, it will spin. Just go. Is that a thing? Dude, I picked this up at that show in Wisconsin. Tell me this is not ridiculous. This is from IPAC Survival USA. D2, full tang, half-inch thick. Well, quarter-inch thick, but it's just dumb. It's dumb. Do you really need a Tonto of a half-inch, quarter-inch, three-quarter-inch thickness? It's like, it's stupid. It's like, I don't need this. This is, but yeah, it's got some mass behind it. Paul is a bear. Caring means sharing. Everybody always wants to see one of these. Here you go. Give the people what they want. Oh, let me turn that down. Aaron, I'm live right now. I can't answer your text. I don't want AI assistant. Everybody wants to see double-edged, serrate, karambit. Greetings, everyone. What's up, Echo? Do I have an original rat? I have a rat Model 2. Is that what you're talking about? The Ontario rat Model 2. Echo. How you doing, Echo Albus? Higonami knives? Higo no Kami knives. I got one. Nago, Higo no Kami. Friction folder. Gotta have, now we're getting into the stuff that you just gotta have in your collection. Gotta have one of those. What's up, Edward? You gotta have an old open L. I'm not gonna be carrying this open L, but I got one. Slip joints? Oh, we got slip joints. Do I have any on the table? I thought I had one on the table. This is one of my newest slip joints. This is the Elk River Easy Open Jack from Rosecraft. Really nice one. Bang, bang. I just ordered a new Kentucky Holler Jack from C. Reisner Cutlery, which should be here in the next couple of days. Definitely enjoying slip joints, especially from Rosecraft. One of my favorites is this one here, the Stinking Creek Sow Belly with the stag. All-time favorite slip joint is the Spyderco UKPK. I really like that one, Thomas. Neil let me check his out. I want to get one of those. They're cool. What's up, anything Emerson? Weed. Con BY. I do not ship. I am just a lover of knives, sharing knife experiences with others. I don't really sell knives all that much. I do love that Spyderco, that UK pen knife. The thing is awesome. Full Fire. What's up? Buck 110. Check out this Buck 110. I found this online. Boom. So if you look on the blade, it'll tell you the year of manufacturing. This is the Buck 2.110 USA. This is between 1974 and 1979. 50 years old. And look at this blade. Never been sharpened. Never been really used. A 50-year-old blade. I found it in pretty much near mint condition as the blade goes. Now I can't use it. So I have this Buck 110 2.USA from 1974 to 79. But this one you can see has clearly been scratched, used. The tip's a little worn. It's been sharpened a bunch poorly. This is my more main user. Love them. You're a Buck 112. My favorite buck, though, is this one right here. Oh, sorry, Jace. Sorry, Jason. Happy Halloween, y'all. Got to get that Buck 119 thicker than a Snicker. It's the Halloween season. Got to get my Jason look out. Friday the 13th, part 4. The final chapter. Dude, Hunter, that's awesome. I mean, I apologize about your father. But having something like that you get to cherish forever, that's really cool. Do you have one of the knives? Oh, dude, Warriors! I don't, but sort of. How's that? How's that? Gothic blades and daggers? Not really. Gothic? You mean like this? Ha! Palm, the knife is thicker than long. Almost. But I mean, look at it. When you look at it this way, you're like, okay, I gotta get my face off the camera. Hold on. Look at how thick it is this way, and then look at how thick it is this way. It's like twice as or like this direction as it is this direction. It's just hilarious. Absolutely hilarious. I got a Rambo knife. I mean, the Rambo knife is cool and all, but that's why you got to have the Bowie, you know, the Crown Stag Bowie. And then it's just so funny because after having this one for a while and being like, that is huge, right? It's like, no, that's huge. That's what's up. Are we allowed to own stilettos? Yeah. Where I'm at, you can own just about everything. Some of them you may not be able to carry, but you can have it in your collection. Little OTF. First aid is different. This is the Tack Knives Benji. Nice little, really quick action OTF. Just had an idea. I'm going to make a OTF titanium toothpick. Concept kind of made something like that. But are you talking an actual toothpick? Or like a tall, long, stabby toothpick? I do have a titanium toothpick around here somewhere. It's in a little case, but it's not an auto. That would be bad. Auto. Psh, ah. I do not have any SEs. They do have some nice stuff, though. What's up, Gat? Trying to see if I miss anyone in the chat. Yeah, a lot of places you can carry swords. Just trying to find. Oh, here's my other tack knives. The Goliath. Boom. Yeah, like an actual toothpick. Boom. The poop knife. Stainless steel core, dishwasher safe poop knife. Do I own any self-defense oriented knives? Not really. I mean, what, any of these could be used as self-defense. Got to have a folding kukri, I mean, right? Jesus. But specifically designed for self-defense, I don't really have any. I have this one. Boom. This is the Jim Wagner reality-based blade. So this blade does not do much except for cut very well. Gravity knives. I have a couple of cheapo gravity knives. Got a couple of cheapos. This one's kind of fun too. They're fun. Here's probably the oldest knife in my collection, a little Boy Scout knife. Used this when I was in Boy Scouts. In Japan, you cannot carry swords, can't even really carry knives. Fixed blade. Extended, fuller, lockout, solid. It's got a lock right here. Isn't that fun? Super long blade, but you can also then, kind of a weirdo, getting into some of the silly gas station knives. Boom. That's a toothpick. How's that for a toothpick for you? Oh, geez. Boom. NAFs. NAFs. My first NAFs was a Lander 1. It's in my car in my little emergency kit that I keep in my car. I also have a Lander 2. Lander 2 is really nice. It has the Kaiser clutch lock on it, which is Kaiser's crossbar lock. Really great action on the Lander 2. Nice user right there. I have the Lander, what is this, the 6? The little 5th pocket 6. These are great. These are like 15 bucks. For a tiny little knife, this is an awesome 5th pocket little user. Just a little lock back. Boom. Oh, and then I can't even get it to fall on the table. That's a fun little Lander. I had another, where is it? kind of chaos all over the place right now. Cold steel. Did anyone see the new Boker Melissa Backwoods just showed 5-inch fixed to 7-inch something? I did not. Was it on a short or like one of her videos recently? Cold steel. My tried and true, the Tough Light. Boom, the Cold Steel Tough Light. It's got that triad lock on the back, super strong lock, flicks out. This is a beefy user cardboard cutting machine. I need to clean that, look at how dirty it is. But this pushes through cardboard like nothing, like nothing. Cold Steel Fin Wolf. How fast can you do that Rubik's Cube? Not terribly. I mean, I could solve that Rubik's Cube right there in a couple of seconds. Oh wait, these are down here. I have an old Cold Steel Kobun. This is like 20 years old. I think you can still buy these. But that's an older Cold Steel. I just thought it looked super cool, so I bought it. Are you allowed to wear your knives outside in your pocket in your country? Yes. Did you see the S-Thing scales, the way of knives and EDC gear custers are making for NAFS landers? I haven't. Let me screenshot that so I can remember to look that up. Okay, I was just about to do something else. Oh, this Rubik's Cube. Solved. Done. T-perm. Solved. Whoops. I just screwed it up. Yeah, see that? Now we've pooped the bed. Which means all you can do is just do this. Do I have any butterfly knives? Is this a GAN? No, I don't have any GANs. This one is, I can't remember the brand of this one. Look at this one. That's a 9x9. I had a pin stuck in it. I put a pin in it. This is a 9x9. I'm in the process of solving. I got the orange, white, red, and green side. I still got to do the yellow and blue centers, and then you can do the rest around it. I thought this was a night channel. What is Rubik's thing you're doing? Well, Robin, how's it going? Well, I'm a man of many pleasures and joys in life. Just be glad I'm not solving this one right here. We'll leave the lament configuration unsolved. Butterfly knives. I have some trainers. This is the Squid Industries Mako V1 or 5, V5. Here come the chains. I ain't gonna solve that thing. And then I have the Flytanium version as well. Whoa, almost was doing stuff. You know Chris Ramsey? Oh yeah. I mean, I don't know Chris Ramsey, but I've watched some of his videos for sure. Orca Flips is a Balsong guy. I have much respect. I would love to have. I have too much squirrel, this, that, all over the place. That if I could focus more, I would spend more time with them and learn some more tricks. But I get distracted and working on other things pretty much all the time. And so it doesn't allow me to get better when I should maybe mess around with them a little bit more because it is fun. God. I haven't done this in a while, so I'm definitely out of practice. I'm trying to just do some moves that I know that I'd probably screw up if I actually went to solve. I don't have the dexterity to do tricks due to a car accident when I was 18. It's one of those things, you figure it out. I've seen, people solve these with their feet. People learn how to solve them one-handed. And, it changes your methods. But I think anything you want to try to learn to do, you can find ways to make it happen. Is that a Jason machete up there? This? Do I have any Sprecher's root beer? What's up, Ann Valley? Roger, what's up? Good to see you. Benchmade's making Rubik's Cubes now. I gotta decorate somehow. And I put a few things up that I love, I like fishing, so I got my fishing cribbage board? Cribbage board. I do have a Freddy glove. Why is my Freddy glove not here? Notes. And, all right, making notes. Used to work in a restaurant, served a couple, or at a table. I swear I didn't notice the dude was missing both arms. Oh. And then he still drank. Yeah, isn't that something? Have you seen the movie Freaks? It's old. It's like from the 30s. But there is a guy in there. He has no arms and no legs, and he can roll a cigarette with his mouth. He put up his big mouth Billy Bass. I don't watch a lot of Pro Tour. I used to, but I don't watch a lot of anything. Like if I usually watch stuff, I put it on the background, and then I start doing other stuff at the same time. And so sometimes I'm not often sitting down and watching. I used to, when I had roommates, a couple of them liked watching some Pro Tour stuff. I enjoy it. But the thing is what happens is now, when no one else is here, I put in like Pro Tour stuff and I hit play, or I start watching it, and I start doing other things. And then when you start doing other things, you're not looking at the screen. And when you're watching disc golf Pro Tour and you're not actually looking at it, you don't really get anything out of it. You know what I mean? Like you have to actually watch them make the shots and watch the replays and stuff like that. So I kind of stopped watching it. But I don't watch, I put stuff in and I end up doing other things in the background. Should we fail this real quick? I mean, I don't know how fast I'm going to be able to do it, but I mean, we could certainly give it a shot. What do you guys think? What's the line? What is the time? Here where I am Central Standard Time. It's 5:13 p.m. The re-reckoning. What's up, Roger? Curtis? Dog the Bounty Hunter. My buddy went as Dog the Bounty Hunter. Him and his wife years back now, but man, it was awesome. 1:13 a.m. where Palm is. U.S. in the military have good likelihood of getting paid. That's good. Reinhardt's in Austria. Greetings, Austria. All right, I'm out of practice. We ready? All right, what are we doing? I'm not really talking at the moment. I apologize. Just figured I would knock out some of this really quick. And I am actually pretty slow today. Whoa. Wow. Wow, what am I doing wrong here? There it is. Terrible, terrible stuff. All right, we got two out of 3 done. Anywhere from 3 to 6 p.m. in the continental U.S. is correct. What's up, Steve? How's it going, Steve? I asked you before, I don't know if we got an answer. Steve, do you know how many marbles, I mean not marble, or two sons, marbles. How many 2 sons do you think you have? Slow, very slow. I apologize for the speed on that. But we did it. We did it. I struggled. I pooped about 3 times, but that's fine. Benchmade would probably make a non-speed cube version of the Rubik's Cube, sell it for 300 and you can't even turn it. 100% true, Palm. 100% true. 100% true. Half Austrian, half Turkish. That's a good mix. It's a fun mix, right? 2 son, 550. And Steve has a good inventory count on his. He's got like a database, which is pretty cool. I would like to try that. But at this point, it would be a pain in the butt. 552 sons. That is wild. Do you have this one? But do you have this one? This is Grateful Dong's 2 son. I got to ship it to him pretty soon. But this knife is so dumb, but I love it. And like, in so many ways. In so many ways. It's just fantastic. You do have it. Of course you do, Steve. You got that many of them. How many do you not have is more like the question. Do you know how many they've released? Steve? Have they released like a bunch? Kermit knife? What's a Kermit knife? Oh, you're calling, Grateful's going to call this as Kermit knife. Might as well. And you can call this one the whale's belly. The whale's belly. Boosh. Look at that. It's like literally cut off a chunk of a whale's belly. I miss selling my Alpine Glow bug out I had, but I needed the money. That happens. It happens. They have no list. Do you think that it's actually possible to make the blade of that wooden knife sharp? I think you could make it kind of sharp, but I mean, right now it's like this is sharp enough piercing. Like that would, you could, if you were to boom, pierce forward with it, you are going. And this, I mean, this is thick. This is definitely thick. But if you notice, I mean, it goes down to a nice, it's kind of hard, it blends in. That's a decent little edge on there. It's definitely a decent little edge on there. You could probably make it a little bit sharper, but it's not going to stay sharp either. I don't have about 10 that I know of. Wow. Wow. That is something. Yeah, these scales are crazy. And it's just kind of the funnest little hawkbill. Titanium M390. That's wild stuff. What is my most unique knife? I have several things that are kind of unique. This one's probably it, but well, maybe we'll do that one first. We'll do this one first. This one's unique because this is the one I would never hand to somebody without showing them how to open it, because if I did, they would cut themselves. It may not be expensive, but it's unique. I'm a collector, so when I see something that's strange, like this, I'm interested. That is a weird lock. So you got to be careful. If you got your hand out there, you're cutting yourself as it comes out. So very unique in the style that it opens and closes. And then when it's out, you grab on like that. You can't close it on because you're holding this. This has to physically pull away to close it. So that's pretty unique. I would say this is very unique. Did you see the new release Fenrir with the button liner lock and the fish scales? Yes, I'm going to have to order one, Thomas. They're fantastic. Big Badinsky Gold Bones. So we have the single blade beefy handle. Or wait, I meant dual blade beefy handle. Maybe it's a triple. Wait. Let's just do 4. Wow, is this not? You have this one? Isn't it silly? When I saw this, I was like, okay, that's dumb. I want it. The 4-banger knife, that's pretty unique. Being unique doesn't make it necessarily the best, but it's still interesting nonetheless. Oh, maybe I got to do it from this way. Fidget spinner. I mean, you can't really do it when the blade's out, but oh jeez, you can when it's close. I have that one too. Smock. Arr. Ay. Boom. How about that? The faux Balisong Battle Buddy. I got this at an actual gas station. Smock, I'm shocked. Why? Smock could have some fun, silly stuff too. The Battle Buddy. 2014, that fidget spinner would have been a bestseller, no doubt. No doubt about it. Oh. Valhalla. I have all that trash he's been showing. Of course, grateful. Why wouldn't he? Smock has good taste. He's got to have all this trash. All of it. Oh, I found out this one's a clone too. I had no idea when I bought this that this is actually a clone. Who makes the Valhalla? I would look up Valhalla. They make this one. Where's my other Valhalla? This one. A rich made clone, LOL. This one here. Yeah, I saw it. I just thought it was absolutely a silly knife or whatever. And then I don't know if it was Paul or somebody was like, dude, that's off of a real design. And I was like, what? No way. That's a lot of stabbies. Valhalla blades. Definitely of the highest of quality. Got to have a chocolate lab and some pheasants on the blade, right? Midgard's Messer Valhalla. I'm going to call Valhalla scythe, i.e. sick from now on. Le sick. Le sick. Why not? Why not? Jeebus. Yeah, this one's of solid quality. It is of sound mind and body that I dub the
Papak subscribed to the channel.
Papak. Hit me up, please. Cliff? Cliff, you talking to me? Yeah, I don't know, Cliff. All I know is that's what I would look up. I would go onto Amazon and I would type Valhalla folding sickle and it should pop up. DJ, long time no see, but I'm back. I recall DJ. That is a familiar name. I don't remember what you look like though. What's up, Abdu? Any cleavers? Here we go, Herne. Here we go, right? Cleavers. Yes. Folding cleaver. The Civivi, shoot. Mastodon? Is that right? Folding cleaver. Because why not? If you get on the fuller too, you can, come on, flick it out. Oh, you're talking to Steve. Fine. Fine. That's right. All right, I'm here. Start over. Sencut Vornix? I've been buying the new Sencuts. Why doesn't that sound familiar? Hold on. I might have spelled that wrong. Oh, yeah. I like the Vornix. That's got a nice clip point to it. I might have to check that one out. I haven't responded on Instagram. When on Instagram? What are you talking about? Did I miss a message from recently that I haven't seen and it somehow got buried? I don't remember. I'm sorry. That Sencut Vornix does look cool. My new Sencuts, a couple of them on the table. The Draxor. That's a beastie one. 2 months ago about fishing. Good Lord. Message me again. Why did I respond to the message you didn't send me? Right, Neil? No, I know, Cliff. I apologize. Somehow I must have looked at it, and then it got buried amongst other ones, and I haven't gone fishing all summer, if that makes you feel any better. Summer went by way too fast. It was upsetting. I don't like time to speed by that quickly, but it did, and here we are. I just got the Sencut Skelfin. This is another new one. They're button lock Skelfin. This is a very thin, slicey blade. Flicks out fairly good. Sencut Glide Strike is really nice. I had a Glide Strike. I did a custom to it, and I used it for a giveaway, Roger. It's a good one. Ron Crow in the house. Everyone go check out Ron Crow's channel. Ron does some lives regularly as well. There it is. Sencut Awasi. This is another new Sencut. I think they've got 4 or 5 new models right now. I've been picking most of them up. Sencut's a great budget price. 9CR hollow grind. What are you up to, Robin? No. All right, so what time is it? 5. Flush it down.
The only guy you'd let wave a blade in your face. Smiley face emoji.
Kenman. Dan Kenman. Damn glad to meet you. My Migron Vacor just arrived sick. Heads up if you were into that sort of thing. M390 titanium. Is it a full frame lock, Herne? If it's a full frame lock, put it in your left hand, put your thumb on it. Can you still flick it out? Because if you can, then I might be interested. Oh, it's a crossbar lock. I haven't been, I've gotten so many crossbar locks lately that I haven't really been looking at them, but they still seem to be making their way into my collection, which is something. Do I do laser work on other people's knives? Yes, yes. I haven't really been taking on any new projects at the moment because I've had issues with the anodizing, which now I have fixed. Well, I've almost fixed because I got the equipment. Now I can do it on my own time at home. I do laser marks. Depending on what it is, I can help design it. I'm not really taking on any more projects because I want to get caught up. Do you do laser work on other people's knives? Neil, you know I will. Neil's one that's on the list. But I have some that I need to get to and get done. But I'm trying to finish the one to get to the next, to do the next. So I'm not really doing more right now, but I will, Robin. And it also depends on what you're looking for. A lot of them, when we have to draw it up, some of them I spend hours having to translate it into a laser mark, depending on what it is. Butterfly? N610. Is that like a blade steel, or is that a knife brand? Anyone know what the N610 is? How much for a custom butter knife? I do have a custom butter knife. And by the way, I apologize. I got distracted there. DJ, thank you for the $2. I appreciate that. The only guy that wouldn't let you wave a blade in your face. Here's a custom butter knife right here. The Butter Knives Fast, number 175. KC's going to be live in about an hour. He does a giveaway once a week, and generally you will get a Butter Knives Fast in with that giveaway. I guess I can't guarantee it. I'm not him, but this is number 175, so he's over 200 and some now. But he pretty much gives one of these away, and then you also might get a really cool custom bunny rabbit drawing. I did not get one of those. I was back prior, didn't have those going. Unfortunately, it would be cool to have one, but I don't regret. I'm fine. It's cool. But yeah, that's a custom butter knife right there. Down with shaft locks. N690 steel. Right. That's why it sounded like a blade steel to me versus a actual brand or model of a knife. Do I have any famous blades, like movie replicas? I mean, no, not really. This is kind of a Rambo knife. This is kind of a Crocodile Dundee knife. I mean, this is a movie knife right here. Boom. And you'll say, oh, it's from Scream. And I'll say, no, it's right there. Friday the 13th. The final chapter, part 4, Buck 119. So this is definitely a movie knife. Now that's a knife. So that would be like the one movie replica. AC/DC Hell's Bells Bowie knife. That sounds fantastic. Apologize. I wanted to say N690. I bet I have an N690 something. Is there, I want to say Petrified Fish, or I might have an N690 something, but I'm not 100% sure. Got a knife replica used in a Buffy the Vampire Slayer. That's great. Rambo First Blood from Jimmy Lau. Actually used in the movie. I have a Barbie knife collection. Sure. I'd show that thing off. I'd be like right here. It'd be like right there, bro. Extrema Ratio. I did review an Extrema Ratio from, that was from Anything Emerson Waved. That was a pretty cool knife. A lot of the classic Kaisers are N690. Some of the older ones. They kind of don't use it as much anymore, right? I feel like I do have one though, but then I'd have to start looking. Always looking. S35. San Mai. SLD Magic. Max Ace Goliath. That's a distraction, right? I would take N690 if the price was right.
Love your channel, it's so real and unvarnished. Keep it up.
Steve, I appreciate you. $20 from Steve. Thank you so much, bud. Real and unvarnished. I'm into it. I was planning on doing a custom, doing a dye project or something, but we've been kind of distracted and chatting, and it's like when we got the good vibe going, we just kind of roll with it, and we'll see. But we still have some time. We got about an hour, so we could. I really appreciate that, though. $20 from Steve K. Man, that guy kind of treated me at Blade Show Atlanta last year, had an extra ticket, hooked me up. We had the early birds. Thank you very much, Steve. I appreciate that. I will keep doing what I'm doing. And more. We got so much more. I'm so excited. Pricing out some grinders. Hopefully get to that maybe this winter. But I've got handles ready to get glued up on some prefab blanks, and definitely am excited on the fabrication side of it. So I really want to get messing around. That Steve is a class act, no doubt about it. I feel like maybe the Bunta, is that one D2 as well? That one's D2. I could look forever to try to find this N690. And then maybe never find it. That one's D2 as well. I should know my my collection better, but it's chaos. We're over 400. Oh, what are these? Oh, these are VG10. What a loud walk and talk, though. There's a example of a shipwreck, copper shipwreck. This is, what are these called? Apta, Rough Rider Apta, with a really snappy slip joint sound. Super fun stuff. So I did the shipwreck on that. Got to do some more shipwrecks pretty soon. Basically a forced patina on copper or brass. Still love old VG10. Italian N690. That is helping me think. Me thinks me Italian. Yeah, I'm never gonna find it. What's the Catuo Venture? Is this a D2 or 14C? We've got the button actuated liner lock. So we can button open, we can liner lock close. Fun stuff. What's up, Mick Ranger? You got, my scales have some schmutz on them. Sure enough, they do. I'll tell you what, I got schmutz all over the place right there. Mick, what's new? What am I getting? Mick's been definitely a very helpful guy when it comes to recommendations. Steve coming in hot with the 20 bucks though. What a guy. Good night, everyone. Almost fell asleep. Have to go before I snooze off. Sweet dreams, Palm. Always good to see you in here. Palm Ataja. What are we doing? All over the place. Ordered another Loki from Concept. They sent it to the Netherlands first, then to Australia. I've been waiting nearly a month. Hopefully you get it. I kind of want a Loki. Lokis are low-key pretty rad. It's so bad. That sucks though that you got to deal with that stuff. Have you got a Spyderco salt? I don't. I reviewed a couple recently. Honestly, I don't really have any Spydercos in-house other than one that I'm doing a custom to that's put aside. I do have this. Dolica, glow-in-the-dark Dolica kit. This is like a little plastic glow kit that you can get for kids. The lock actually works. Now that's a waterproof knife. Yeah, chuck this in the ocean. You'll be fine. No metal whatsoever. That's hilarious. Put that right there. All right, I had to run to the bathroom here. I'm going to turn you that way. Ooh, you might fall. I'll be right back. Give me 1 second. Stabilized milk. Ew. I'm coming. I'm on the way. Hold on there. Dry them off. We're back. We're back. We have returned to Death Mountain. Oh, that's gonna fall. She gonna fall. She gonna fall. All right. Greetings all. Say hello to my little friend, the like button. Ramsey Silent says, smash that like button, y'all. Much appreciated. Would have been happy to pay Concept to use shipping, but yeah. Yeah, that sucks. You're just going through some stuff in the location you're at. That's a bummer. Although you did get that, or didn't you get those, was it from SendCut or something that you were trying to get an order and then Civivi was going to help you out or something like that? Australia. What is my most expensive knife? So that I own personally is probably this one, Devo Stout V2 Van X Titanium. These are actually $100 off right now. I think they're $375. This is the full lefty version. But right now they're $275. So it actually then puts it under my most expensive because of that discount. Auxiliary Manufacturing, made Reno, Nevada, #1 of, if it would focus, of course not. #1 of 11. This is the Captain's Bowie Custom. Would retail for about $360. Of course, significantly more. Sure, I've got, like, I've opened and closed this. Of course, I keep it sealed because I don't want to damage it. I don't know the exact price on this, but this is the CKF Rotten Evo 3.0. This is extremely expensive. Sharp as can be. Look at that pocket clip on there. SendCut order, you had to use a retailer. SendCut, you can't use Amazon. But I remember you were having problems, but then something worked out. So that's probably the most expensive one in the building right now. This one belongs to Kevin Smith and Knives. Might, yeah, you got your CKF. Could be this one right here. Namara. The Namara, according to the backwards screen. I apologize. YouTube requires it to not be forwards in this for some reason. Nice little Herman just hanging out. This knife is also gorgeous and expensive. When you get a chance, go watch the DVD video with Nick from Numb. Really nice knife. Herman Munster, what's up, Knives Fast in the house? Gonna be live in T-minus, what, about 45 minutes? Just warming up the bus for you, KC, with this Namra. I'll give KC a little salute, the Knives Fast channel. What do you know about that? Little microjet action. Boom. Any stolen knives? I haven't stolen any knives, no. Go, you guys all already have. For those of you that haven't, KC, the Knives Fast channel, go click on his channel, check him out. Very informative. He designed some really cool knives. He has his own company. Also has a few other companies make some knives for him as well. Example, the Kubi Dust Devil. Nice little fixed blade designed by KC. If you're looking for a smaller, like daily kind of a user fixed blade, that one might be right up your alley. Go check them out. Are they plastic? Some of these have some plastic on them, but these are all actual metal knives, except for this one's wood. Devo Tallboy is an absolute win. I have the Blade Binge Dark Mode version, S90V. Excellent knife. Excellent knife. Well, yeah, definitely everyone in about 40 minutes. We're going to go over and go to KC's channel. Check them out. Do they cut? Underneath this Band-Aid says yes, they do. Cut. Cut it out. So we got that going for you. Well, Miss Jody, these are all used as nice tools to help me in my daily life, and my daily life does not require anything deadly. Fortunately for me, I kind of prefer it that way. But I am cutting things. I cut at least 20 or so times at work. I cut open boxes and packages and plastic wrap, things like that. I also am a very outdoorsy kind of guy, like doing things, camping. So having some knives and using them as tools, carving some things, having some fun. Why do you need knives daily? I just said that, Miss Jody. At work, I open at least a dozen or so boxes, packages, heavily wrapped, taped shut, where you need some type of a blade in order to cut them open. I could take a razor blade and cut it open, but I submit that that's more dangerous to hold a little razor blade in your hand when I could have a knife reach in my pocket, open it up, cut open that box, get to work. I do it all the time, constantly. And when I'm not at work, I'm cutting stuff open, cutting up in boxes with other knives in them. OTFs. I don't really have too many OTFs. This is the Tack Knives Benji. Sorry, Miss Jody. That's the thing with chat. Sometimes it pops up quick. Any of them could be good for bear attacks. If I was out camping, I would probably have some type of a fixed blade on me. Something like this in a pocket, so then you can get out, hack at some logs or stuff if you need to help make a campfire. Also, defend yourself against a bear or something like that. I would recommend a nice fixed blade, nice pocket fixed blade. If you like a smaller one, this is my current favorite right here. It's smaller, yet, let me get this out. That's what I'm carrying today. Kaiser Militar. But this fixed blade here, drop this in the pocket. It's small, doesn't take up a lot of space. You can see it sits right there, and then boom, got a nice solid chunk of steel. Making some cuts, doing some work. How do I sharpen them? What if the bear has a bigger knife? Exactly. Then what do? What is my sharpest? I mean, so many of them are so sharp. The Sheriff is definitely up there. I have never sharpened the Sheriff. Look at the mirror edge. The old Sheriff, just a slicey little cutter right there. But it's probably not, what's one that I've done recently that was like super sharp out of the box? The new Tri-State Tri-Stash. Wee, huh? Yeah. That is as sharp as it goes. Look at that little piggy. Little curly. Little short curly. Make some quick work out of that. But that is the 154 hollow grind 154 CM hollow grind on the new Kaiser Tri-State Tri-Stash V2 full piss. I did the little custom laser mark in there with the mustache just for a little extra flair. He's got the mustache on the pivot, so I just took that same logo. Boom. These just came out a couple weeks ago, but they are now sold out. How do I store the Sheriff to take it with me? It would be like in a sheath like this one here. The sheaths are in the other room, but most of the fixed blades, you have like a sheath, whether it's leather like this one here, right? Or I have some, I don't have the Sheriff one, but like this is like a Kydex one, so this is like a Kydex molded one. So then you could put this in your pocket like that. And then you've got your little plastic sheath. And then some of these people will wear it on a necklace, neck knife, put it on your belt, put it in your pocket, clip it on a bag, something like that. Other ones like another little, just a leather sheath like that. I gotta figure out, this one here fits in the sheath nice, but I need to get a clip for it so I can have that in the pocket. Sea Fox. Generally, no, they don't, because they're covered with one of these. I actually had this knife right here cut my leg once, but I had it in a loose pair of shorts. I had shorts with these really baggy pockets. And so what happens is when you put it in your pocket, you want it to the back seam so that if it's in your pocket and it gets bumped, the seam is right here and nothing happens. If it's away from the seam, you could bump your pocket and it could do that. And then you have a chance of cutting yourself. Well, it was in my shorts pocket and it slid this way. And then when it was riding in there, it kind of bumped like that and I ended up cutting my leg. It wasn't bad, but it's kind of one of those things that when you put a folding knife in your pocket, you want to be cautious. That's why, like, if I have a knife that opens on this side and the clip is here, it opens this way. So if I put this in my left pocket, it's not against the seam. It can fall forward, and if you go stick your hand in your pocket, you can cut yourself. So you would put this one on this side so that it's up against that seam and safe. So you have to kind of think about that when you're storing it and how you use it. The classic tank carry. You got to be very precise. Ulti-clip would work. Ernie, I have a couple Ulti-clips. I found one that I just haven't put it on there yet. It's kind of the thinner, longer one. But I also thought about maybe throwing the Vero clip like this. Vero clip, because it's thin. And it might sit along the side of there pretty well. They're not as tight as the Ulti-clip is, though. If it's sought after, and you even sharpen it, it's instantly devalued. Any modification or loss of box paperwork devalues the investment. Sure, but if you like if you buy them and you keep them in the box, or you keep them at then you could probably get a good percentage back. But I would even say, like these days, $100 knife, if you sell it used and it's in great shape and it's well sharpened, it's still going to hold a decent value if it's a good knife. Right? Any katanas? Where is that? Oh, yeah. Wrapped, stingray, copper, handmade. Is it the most expensive in the world? No. Is it a mall sword? No, it is not a mall sword. Definitely higher value than a mall sword, but it's also not like $3,000 either. Does it cut? Oh, it cuts. It cuts well. 1931 Leatherworks in the house. Give him the 1931 Leatherworks salute. There's his awesome logo right there. The Horlock, my new fave. I love this knife. Terry did a great job. Great design. That front flipper is snappy. Ooh, I need to get a little drop of oil in there, huh? Did you hear that little squeaky squeak? Just the tiniest. Is there nothing? There we go. Which one's the biggest? Which one's the smallest? Well, I would say a sword isn't really a knife. So a sword doesn't count for biggest. But this one counts. This is a Bowie knife. So this is a knife. That's a knife. This is my biggest knife right here. This is a giant Bowie knife. My smallest knife is right here. This is a little mini folder that I did a laser mark to. I added that little Sagaya laser mark pattern to it. So this was just a silver handle, and I put that nice laser mark pattern on there. If you want to see that laser mark pattern sticking out a little bit, I did do it on a red aluminum handle. So this is what the handle looked like before. And there's after the laser mark. I've got to still finish up the blade and put this one back together. You're a little mini folder. I did not make it. I just did the laser mark. I just did the laser engraving. I don't actually make knives, but I'm interested in it, and I might. I just cut the table. My poor table. I might in the future. Now that's a knife. Taggin, what's up? How you doing today? We're just messing around, talking knives. Haven't had a chance to get a whole lot done. But we're having a good discussion, which is fun. I did want to do a little custom job. I did solve a cube. Let's go ahead and checkerboard it again. All right. We talked about some fixed blades here, showed off some of my favorites. Showed my 15 favorite 5. Miss Jody has subscribed. Thank you very much. Welcome aboard. We have a lot of fun. We do a lot of custom stuff. Didn't really do anything today, but we will be doing a lot of it. So stay tuned for that. Good old Wrap Model 2. This is like a classic. Dan is a knife modder. Not really. I mean, not like Paul is, but I'm working on it. I'm working on it. We're having some fun. Nerd. Absolute nerd. That's me. That's me. But I like them all. Mastodon, right? Civivi Mastodon. Because a folding cleaver is essential. We did the die project on this last week. Got it kind of orange Halloween kind of style. Kaiser Porcupine. I think we still need to do some more with this. He's about to do a color fade on the Skelphin Scales. Got the Skelphin Scales right here, tagging. Yes, we should. We could, because these are white, we could totally do a nice fade. Very thin. Nice fade on there. We've got the Civivi Guile. This one we're going to do a fun fade on as well. Anything Damascus? I don't have any Damascus on the table. We just did the shipwreck on this one. There's a Civivi Mini Asticus with a Damascus blade. A lot of my Damascus is from Civivi. We have the Civivi Shredder with a polished Damascus. The Shredders are actually a really nice knife. Jeez, failing. Huge hollow grind. I like the Damascus on here. It's like a low etch. So it's kind of a lighter color versus the really dark ones. Like this one here. Civivi Exarch. Another one I did a shipwreck to on the copper. I wanted to love the guile, but I heard the blade stop pin is hitting behind the edge. Yeah, you know, I'm going to have that knife for years and it's going to be just fine. It's going to be just fine, just like this one. Where did I put that one? Oh, here it is. Stop pin's close on this one too. Look, you can see it. There's a little dot right there. But I'm going to have to sharpen that much before I get to it. And I have 400 knives. This is the FG Buster. I have 400 knives. I'm going to have this in 5 years from now, and it's still not going to be sharpened all the way down to it. I bet you anything. And I'm not trying to be like, oh, you know, worried about nothing. Same thing with this. I'm going to have this for a while. And there, that's how much sharpening space you have. The stop pin is right there. That's fine. It's fine. I only carry, I carry it once every 2 months. And then I cut 10, 20 things with it that day. And I touch it up just lightly every 4th or 5th time I carry it. It's going to be 10 years before I even sharpen it more than a few times. It's just my own personal issues that I have to deal with on a regular basis. But yeah, things like that don't bother me as much. I might have 7 knives on the way, 5 crossbar locks, pump for the real seal titanium Pyrex. Right on, Ghost Keeper. I got the version 2 of the Buster. It has the upgraded capture stop pin. See, they're figuring stuff out. They're figuring it out. If I was only carrying 1 knife every day, it would definitely come into mind. They might do the same thing with the guile, but people have not kicked up a stink. You would think they would just avoid that. Where does it hit? It hits right there. That's not a, I don't, it literally hits, like, see right where the transition gets really wide right there, like that really wide spot. That's where it hits. You'd have to sharpen all the way down to that smiley section before it's an issue. That's probably why this one hasn't been called out as much. Where it hits is way further. It's not up there. It's all the way down here. You know, the Buster is kind of like halfway between the handle and there, and this one's all the way down there. 76 degrees in AZ. Good Lord. Check every folder for stop pin placement. Yeah, if I was one who only carried very few knives, I would probably consider that more, but I'm going to keep buying more knives. Yeah, until I have a knife that I'm carrying exclusively every day. Yeah. Put the stop pin back there. See, that makes sense. Like, why even put the stop pin there? They should put it way up on the top where it's hitting something else that's nowhere near it. So, comfortable sunny 55. 2 days straight of rain? Ugh. That's always then the days you're off, and then you got to work, and then it's gorgeous out. If I wear out 20% of them before my end, I would be shocked. Right? It's true. These are the issues that I face. Is it something? I don't know. It is. But I definitely, if it was like, if I'm talking about recommending a knife for somebody who's going to carry it every day and use it every day, those would not be recommendations. Well, the Buster FG would never be a recommendation for that. It's just a beast. It's a beefy, weird, ginormous thing. That's why I bought it, because it's ridiculous. But yeah, if I was going to recommend something for a daily carry, it would definitely Gerber Pledge in a buck 110 and a Tonto Edge Cold Steel. Right on, Cameron. Solid. Carry the same knife every day. This guy. What's this guy talking about? What is my favorite EDC bag? I don't really have, I mean, Do I have that close by? I think it's right here. Give me a second. It is not. I have a side hole bag, like goes like here. It's actually for one of these. It's got one of those in it. But I use that when I went to Blade Show. I have an Osprey backpack that's a smaller pack that I use. Do I own any artisan knives? Do you mean like artisan cutlery, Thomas? I'm all in on crossbar locks, thumb studs for true EDC. For sure. Maxpedition Prepared Citizen. EDC backpack. I have an Osprey bag that I like quite a bit. And it had a water bladder in it that I ended up taking out because I don't really use the water bladder. But I do like the bag. It's heavy duty. You can really beat on it. Calling the Spyderco button up, button lock the biggest miss. Yeah, Mick. 8CR is an epic fail. Yeah, I don't know if it's an epic fail. They're also selling them for like $50. It's ACR 13, I believe, Herne. Yeah, that's probably right. Is it the greatest steel? No. But those, you're buying a China Spyderco button lock for $50. I mean, you know, if they sold it for $100, yeah, I'd rather have 14C or D2 as well, 100%. But, or even 9CR 18. If you sharpen your knife with the same angle, you'll see little impact on the blade unless you have chips that need to be ground down, right? Heavy use, right? Sencut uses 9CR 18 on a lot, Herne. I have a lot of the new ones that I just got recently, all are 9CR 18. I actually have one that's 10CR 15 as well. That's the, where is that one? Oh, that's right, that's over there. The Naches or one of the Sencuts. So I looked at it and said 10CR 15 MO, HC, MO, like they had an extra couple letters in it too. But yeah, I think they're just trying to bust into the budget line, 50, 60, 70 bucks for some of these knives. I mean, sure, they could bump it up to 100 and sell it for 14C or D2. It probably would have been a much bigger hit, Mick. I would agree with that. I ordered the Mantra, the Spyderco Mantra 4. It's a pre-order right now, and it's a liner lock, and it is also 8CR, but I think they're 60 bucks, so I went for it. Some of the big knife reviewers are giving some 8-9CRs good feedback. I'm willing to give it a try, but yeah, D2 I would always trust. I agree. And it also comes down to like heat treat. I've used a lot of Sencuts, and I've kind of tested out Sencuts quite a bit, and I think that their 8CR, 9CR is pretty solid. So it also depends on the company, how well they're heat treating it, you know, long-term test. I ordered the Mantra, and it's in 8CR 13 MOV. It's a pre-order, pre-sale on Blade HQ, so I don't know when I'll get it exactly, but we'll test it when we get it. Selling Tenacious and 8CR all day at 60 bucks, and people keep gobbling it up. There you go. Same thing that Case Knives is just making wobbly blades, and people buy them up. I have not held a case that didn't have a wobbly blade. I'm not trying to talk bad about Case Knives, but they make wobbly blades, and people buy them like crazy. Oh, look at this new one. It's great. And it's like, oh, that's sweet. This one's got a nicer blade on it. It's a Sodbuster exclusive. And then you open it up, and it still has a bunch of rock to the blade. And then people still buy them and love them. They must have a ton of 8CR in stock, just like T6 screws. There's so many T6 screws, we're never going to not have them. Sencut's destined to be good. It's a branch of Wii Civivi. Okay, so Thomas, did you say artisan? Did you mean artisan cutlery? Because if so, let's do it. Artisan cutlery. Proponent. Because you got to have the beast. Right? Artisan cutlery Eternal. Kind of a weird one. The Eternal. I think this is one of their old school designs, right? We have the Artisan Cutlery Andromeda button lock. I did the dye on this, the purple fade from light to dark. It doesn't really show up on camera, but if we start here, see how light purple it is? Watch it get darker and darker and darker. Dark purps. The Andromeda. Sea snake. Hornet. The Artisan Cutlery Hornet has the Emerson Wave technology. Boom. Out of the pocket, Emerson Wave Hornet. This is a Halloween knife all day, right? Kind of a coffin-shaped dagger. Black and orange. The Hornet. Artisan Cutlery Ahab. I love the Ahab. This knife is just cool. I bought this at Blade Show, Texas. Got the stabilized wood handle, titanium backspacer and clip. We have a hidden pivot. You can't see the pivot. It's underneath there. Cool blade shape. Big old harpoon out on the end. Boom. The new Spyderco button up is a cool design, but yeah, no excuses on the 8CR. Well, you know, we're going to have to test it. I got one. I ordered it. We'll get here. We'll test that 8CR. We'll see what they did with it. For daily use EDC, I like D2. Great price, easy to sharpen and strap. Right on. Dan can carry a different knife every day for a year and never carry the same one twice. That's pretty cool. Wow. Neat. I like it. I like it. Now let's put it that way. Show the stash on the pistache. What do you think? The custom pistache. Ghost Keeper. I think it turned out really good. Little black laser mark underneath the Ultim on the liner. I'm going to have to try to think about ways we can do that in the future. You can get underneath there. Turned out good. I was hoping it would be wider because it's kind of narrow. It could take up more space in that area. You know, it could go to like from here to like here. But the thing is I took the logo exactly as what the stash is, and I did an alternate. I could have made it wider, but it would have been the same. I could have been stretched out, which would have probably looked fine, but I kind of wanted to just keep the logo the same. So that small little stash stamp on there. I'm a lefty, so I swapped it up. This is the show side for righties, show side for lefties. Put that stash on there. It might be okay, yes, but no doubt it would have been great with D2. Truth facts. Truth facts. Here we are. Question for the group. How do you display your knives? Do you display them like Kenman? Do you have them laying out on the table? Do you have them hung up on the wall in like a burrito? Tell us. Moustache. Moustache. The mustachio. Ah, oui, oui. Ah, something like that. I keep them in plastic shopping bags. Or like Donnie, he keeps them in a old beer case and just shakes it up and down and then pulls a $400 knife out of it, and you're like, yes, he did that. I have kids, so all my stuff is locked up. Yeah, that's true. That's true. If you got the kids, or if you have dogs or pets or something, if I had cats, they'd be up in there, you know. I'd get home and they'd be all over the place and there'd be a cat sitting right here. I like cats. I like pets. It's cool, but it would have to be different. I'd have to keep the door shut. Glad I got the Ultim, like the satin, but I want a TI one as well. Yeah, Ghost Keeper, the titanium with the diamond texture is gorgeous. I'd love to have one. And Valley, I love Donnie Bless. Good old Donnie. He's good shit. I have a 60 knife hard case, partially full, 20 on display, clear stands, 40 in boxes. Bobricks, knives are all over the place. You never know where you might need one. Right. Keep one on every surface, every table. I've got one on the coffee table. I've got one on the entryway, obviously in every other room as well. But yeah, you never know. You're sitting there watching a movie, just like, oh, had a sliver. When you can go into your lab and create some magical knife like Donnie Bless, you can store your knives in an old beer, right? Then he can, but dude, he had like a CKF Evo next to this Fenrir, like a full dress Fenrir in all like Timascus and stuff. And that CKF, like, and 6 or 7 others, and they were just thrown into a cardboard box that he was shaking. I love you, Donnie. True. But I'm definitely saving up. I am looking at belts, like a 2x72 inch belts, grinder, sander thing, stock removal, knife making machine. I'm looking at them. I'm interested. I want to start doing some stock removal. I'm about to make some handles. And once I get going with that, then I'm definitely going to have a hard time not wanting to actually make the blanks as well. So I'll start off trying to get into some machines so I can start doing some fixed blades, learning about how it works, learning about heat treat process and all that stuff. But that's my goal for the winter, is to get into that. He's a man who lives the use your shit. Exactly. He, use it, let it get, just it is what it is. You have it, you don't intend on selling it. If it has a scratch on it, it still works. And I think he gets a kick out of like watching me look at him with the box like, gross, like. I use my stuff. I mean, dude, this is the most expensive fixed blade I have. Look at the tip. You can see some wear and some age. There's a little scratch right there. I've used this. I took this out. I carried it. I've cut things with it. I jammed it into something. I scratched the tip a little bit. That's my most expensive fixed blade. That would be, of all my fixed blades, the one that would be set aside. It's one of 11 in existence. It's a custom. And I took it out and I used it. So, I mean, I'm there. I can see how I baby some knives that I don't really carry as much. I haven't really taken this Van X out too much. I've carried it a few times. But again, my normal day, I bring it to work. I cut a dozen or so boxes open at work and I come home. So it's not like they're getting a lot of heavy use anyway. If anything, I notice on mine, I'll start getting scratches on the pocket clip because I got my pocket clips and I bump against something when I'm walking around or something like that. I've been taking high-res photos of your 2 sons and you can see all the imperfections, right? You can see the tiniest little things. Start taking those 100K photos or whatever, or 100 megapixel photos, 100K. I take the super high res photos. You can zoom way in on spots. It's kind of fun. But yeah, any little imperfections, you find them. I still use it. I just nervous. Yeah, exactly. I'm more nervous of the, oh, did it fall out? Oh, that would be the worst. You lose it because it just fell out. Like that's enough to just make you just sad face. Ahab, dude. All right. I have an unboxing we should do real quick here. Let me get these knives back into some of their homes. That's going to fall over and break everything on the shelf. That's how it works. Warlock. Had a little squeak. Let's get a little oil worked around in there and that'll be gone forever. Ugh, gross. Not too much oil. Don't need too much oil on there. Okay, get some of this stuff out of the way quick. Titanium, your breath on it and get trails all over it, but carbon fiber, I'll tell you, will stand the test of time and doesn't scratch. Oh, titanium, if you breathe on it, it gets trails and stuff. Yeah, you know, it depends, I guess. I like titanium. What I don't really care for is high polished blades. I prefer, like this would be my favorite. Like this Damn Designs Oni, just a stonewashed acid. Got yourself one of them stonewashed acid blades. I like that kind of a finish because it doesn't really show fingerprints. It doesn't really get dirty. It doesn't look dirty. You know, it's fantastic. When you got that super shiny blade like this, just a fingerprint. Look at that. Big old fingerprint on there. Like, nobody likes that. A lot of the shiny S90V, I'm not a fan because it always looks like it just like gets so dirty. Like, look at this back. It's got like streaks and stuff on it. It's like, you know, you gotta, that's a CJRB frack right there, I'll tell you what. But then you got to just clean it all the time. And I would prefer a little bit more of a satin or a matte kind of a finish. Doesn't stick out as much. What's everyone's favorite finish? DLC. DLC is nice. I have one DLC knife. Kaiser Hawk. That one's shiny. See the reflections on there. Ooh, careful. Got to be cautious because it drops. That's my one DLC. Anyone ever send something to that Way of Knife and get something DLC coded? Because I'm considering doing that. Has anyone actually done that? But we were talking about it. Way of Knife, I believe you can send them a knife and for like 30, 40 bucks, they'll DLC code it for you. Do I need to do that? No. Do you want a knife to be extra durable? Like someone was like, oh, this is a black coated Vanex. It's like overkill. Sure. Still awesome, right? I hate undertreated steel more than poorly placed blade stop pins. Oh yeah, if it's crap. I have a relatively cheap knife I've never used. Want to keep it that way because I bought it to be beautiful, right? Sometimes you just want something that looks nice, feels nice in the hand, kind of check it out. It's kind of like this. It's kind of my Safe Queen, the Sea Fox. Because I don't have a sheath that I can easily carry it with. But this is just a thing of beauty but it's also Magna Cut. Hollow grind Magna Cut. Why wouldn't you want to use that? But then look at it. It's like pristine. So it's kind of the in-between on the fence kind of a deal. DLC, but it's high-end steel. Only take SF because I know coating reduces. DLC, then polished satin, then acid wash. I hate undertreated. Okay, we read that. I was going to, but my Wolverine is in limbo. Ooh, DLC coat the Wolverine? It is in limbo right now. We're going to get to that really soon, though. And I know I've said that for a while, Neil. But very soon. I have a Pyrotech Tsunami with the high gloss black blade. The blade shows every teeny little smudge and dust. Flipping the Kaiser Hawk now. What's funny about that? What did I miss on the flipping the Kaiser Hawk? M390 with DLC, but with a heat treat at 5961, I think is too low. Whoa. What's the white-handled knife right here? Which one? There's two. Oh, I'm struggling right now. This is the Saviti Guile. And this is the Sencut Skelfin, the newest from Sencut. Little button lock, thumb stud. If anything, it's thin and the thumb stud is really tight in there. So you can flick it out. You just got to get in kind of tight. You can thumb stud it out or thumb it. Well, see, I just missed twice. Kind of fun though. We're going to use these for a dye project pretty soon. All right, almost there. Loving the Tri-State Tri-Stash. This thing is fantastic. All right, we still have 12 minutes before KC goes on, so we can do this unboxing real quick with a knife that I've already unboxed in the past. There's an existential question about it, like why does it need to be super steel if you're not going to use it? Which is true, but then sometimes it's kind of a thing. If you're collecting something. Sometimes when you collect, you want to collect something that's of higher, like if you're collecting jewels, you could collect a fake diamond or a real diamond. Not as many people for a collection will collect the less expensive. Does that make sense? So in a way, it's like you're buying the nicer one to collect because it's a little nicer. It might hold value longer or whatever. KC, who's that? LOL. Pretty sure M390's optimal range is 62 to 64. I know 20CV can go a little lower with same optimal characteristics. Yes, Hernan, and different blade steels, different types have different sweet spots. Tri-Stash is a good one. All right, my Nemesis box. You guys know this. You love it. Lots of space in there for me, for activities. Let's use, maybe we don't want to use that one. Let's use this one. There's some MagnaCut, the tactile Chupacabra. This one's pretty fun. I wish that the shark lock on the back was just a little bit bigger, but it works good. Nice MagnaCut and aluminum Chupacabra. All right, Kenman here. Today we have 35 of you joining me for a special unboxing. ZDP 189 is a goat of a steel. Echo Elvis has no MagnaCut yet. That's the way. I like it. See, it's a window. We have a Sencut. Box on the floor. Oh. Casey's music has started. I need to pause that. We have a Sencut in the building, ladies and gentlemen. Let me grab this first here. Copy. Oh no. Oh no. Oh, I know. So KC is going to start pretty soon. I like to try to support my fellow knife community people. And so when he goes live on his regular live, I will end and send you over there. Here is a link right here. I'm going to go ahead and pin that to the top. That is the link to KC's Knives Fast channel live, which will be starting in about 10 minutes-ish. So until then, let's check out this send cut. Actually, this is a repeat order on the send cut. I don't have any Van X either. What's up, Mad Yako? Box on the floor. Send cuts. Ta-da! The normal accoutrement. Mini bag, pouch on the floor. There it is. Look at this send cut. I love this thing. Now I totally, my brain just shut off. What's it called again? The chiral. The send cut chiral. You can get these mini bag on the floor. You can get these for under 30 bucks right now. 9CR 18 MLV, flipper tab. If you get in there, I think you can fuller flick it. Yes, you can, even though there's no fuller. I love the blade shape on this. We did a die project. I sold it to a coworker. Really nice knife for around $30. You just can't go wrong if you just want a nice beater. I'm looking more at send cut than Civivi these days. Dude, it's true. Van X is like MagnaCut, correct. I think they trade up. Van X is a little bit more durable, but a little less resistant, or it's the other way around. But Van X and MagnaCut are very similar, yes. Thinking about the Livewire OTF? Why not? Go for it. So I bought one of these already, really enjoyed it, and then, you know, Nick wanted it. I was like, all right, I'll sell it to you. I can do another one. So I bought another one. Nice little forward angle to it. Great blade shape. Certainly good beater. Certainly good beater. So yeah, so the Van X is a little less corrosion resistance than MagnaCut, but a little bit more durable. I don't care as much about rust issues, hence Van X being the choice. I don't really worry about rust issues either. I have D2 that I beat on and use, and it's not rusting at all. So, no worries. This is a great little send cut. We're going to obviously do a die project with it. We're not going to today. I was planning on it, but we started getting going on some stuff, talking. You don't know where the live stream is going to go. We had like 70-some people in here hanging out, talking knives. A couple hours goes by, just like that. 2 hours and 24 minutes. What's up, King Killer? I think Van X is more corrosion resistant. Okay, so the Van X is the more corrosion resistant and less durable. I thought it was the other way. Time for a die video. Yes, Herne. And I've actually been doing them during the lives. I'll be live tomorrow sometime for a little bit. I've been doing Monday, Tuesday lives after work for a little while. Everyone go check out Mad Yako. Go support, subscribe to Mad Yako. He still making some hanks. I got some cool hanks from Yako. Making brass dog tags today. That's fun. King Killer, I got 4 or 5 of those too, but this is a knife channel, you know. Van X less, more resistant. Wait. Yeah, I can't remember, but they're both close. They're both definitely super steels, right? Definitely. So here's that new send cut. What color are we going to dye this thing? Let me know. Maybe we'll do it on the next live. At this point, though, I'll probably pull out several because I've got this just for the die projects. Boom, 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 boom. The egress that Grateful Dawn gave me. Van X is 9 on a 1 to 10 chart. MagnaCut is 7. I appreciate that, Yako. I look forward to it. Fuchsia. Fuchsia. Vanix is now more exotic. We did just dye this one, but I think we need to do some more work to the porcupine. There's enough dye content on the table for a full dye video. There's 4 videos. I can make a full video on each one. I thought about doing something to this too. Just a classic little blue, but we could darken it up, battle war it or something, or add something to it, make it a little different. I don't know. I need to get my anodizing station up and running, because that is where we're really going to start doing some fun stuff. Buy yourself an Orlock. Wipe the excessive crap off of it. Orlock for the win. Boom. Flicks out so nice. Feels great in the hand. That front flipper. Pow. Herne, looking at getting a power supply for anodizing experiments. I don't know what your access is, but I can show you the info. Do a ano setup station video. I will, Mick. Once we start getting into that, we'll be doing it live and talking about it live and making some videos. So, for sure. Most def. Oh, I just love it. I love it. Super good stuff. Is he talking? Hold on. Oh, I had hit pause. So let me check and make sure he isn't. Okay. That music killed me. It was on too much on TKE's lives on Saturday morning, and it repeats every few minutes. And after I've heard it so many times, I just can't even. I don't do the music in the background. What's everyone think about that? I don't mind it, but like some of it, it's like I've heard it so much that it just gets kind of old. Oh, this was the other dye we did recently, that Draxor. That turned out great. It was black and gray, so we just threw the whole thing in there and made the gray the reddish maroon. The black stayed black. Draxor is a beast. This knife is huge. Thanks again to Grateful Dong. Hooking it up. Boom. I dig it. That's a fun knife though, for sure. Sencut. Kaiser Sencut. And over here I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 more Sencuts. I've probably given away at least a dozen of them. I mean, if you're looking for a $40 to $70 knife, Sencuts makes a ton of different stuff. Not bad for little cheap beaters. Makes me feel like I'm having a hematoma. Hematoma. Surprised he hasn't started up yet. Is he running late now? What time is it? 6:43. He's running behind. Oh. Make sure when you guys go over there, I linked it. You go ahead and click on that. Go over to the Knives Fast. Say KDK or Kenman sent me. Why are we late? We running late? What's going on? I don't know. All right, I'm gonna get some dinner. Get going. Make a couple videos. Get some stuff done. I'll probably see you guys live tomorrow. He's older. Dude, I'm old. Getting old. So am I. Let's just stay young forever. Thank you all for hanging out. Absolute pleasure. This community is fantastic. Brightens my day being able to hang out, being able to talk about stuff that I love with all of you, and much more to come in the future. Stay sharp. We'll see you all over at the Knives Fast channel. Stay sharp.